welcome to a special edition of Third Man In. It's a bit of a Third Man In ramble where we're going to go through all 16 teams, and we've got a bit of a segment that our marketing department has come up with, select or reject. Wow, it's a beauty.
Wow.
They're working overtime out the back there, and
I just didn't even know we were getting paid, but
it's all pro bono work, but they're doing some amazing things. So
select or reject.
Select or reject. So basically, we're going to look at all the best buys and sells for each of the teams. Obviously, with the Origin period coming up, lots of buys. So we're going to get into all the teams.
Awesome. Let's get going. So Brisbane Broncos.
Brisbane.
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 What a team. But I'm definitely thinking the hold or select. I know you've got select. I've gone more hold because I think a few players
we
been
do.
looking.
We do have hold for a few things.
We have a hold. We're just that's why
it didn't quite fit in the whole rhyme.
We couldn't rhyme.
So
So moving along. So I think if you haven't got him, you probably want to get him in right about now because I think he is a keeper.
Yep.
And looking at his stats, they just keep going down. But Ben Hunt is definitely a select or a hold. You know, he's 311,000. His BE's 30 this week. His projected scores like 60, 70, 71, sorry. I believe his projected score is this week. So, and he's averaging just on 70. So, I think he's a keeper. I know everyone at the start of the year was a bit, definitely cash cow, but no, it keeps proving everyone wrong.
Yeah, I think I'm the same boat. I've had him from the start.
Wait, at the start of the year, I think you said
before the season, I said there's no way that I will have Ben Hunt in my team.
You sneaky bastard!
I only put him in because I could not afford Chad Townsend, if you believe it or not, but I could only afford Hunt. Got him in, and it's been a masterstroke really. But look, I think he's running the ball and he's looking really, really promising in attack. He's definitely on the cards to be a keeper in that kind of backup for your main halfback.
He's like a finisher too. Like,
he is.
He's always tries. So
yeah.
I'm sick of because I'll be honest, I'm usually bored by the second game. It's not live. I don't want to know about it.
Plus Channel 9 might give away the score.
I've got a mate who's Broncos supporter. I don't like him, but
what?
Yeah. Shout out to Brian. But he's definitely a sell or hold. I know a few people were saying, should I start training him out? I don't know why you would want to.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
Yeah, definitely. If you can get him in your team, I would.
It's very expensive to get in now.
He's only going up.
Yeah.
I think he's going up another 17 or just under 17. I think it's 16,500. So I don't know. For me, if you don't have him, try and get him in.
Who have you got for a sell for the Broncos? Anyone that I should be trying to get rid of?
Well, if you got this guy in your team, the reason why I put him in the sell is I've seen a few people have him or bought him, and I know a few of our friends.
They love
this guy, and he's always stung them in the ass, but they keep buying him. Justin Hodges. Why you'd have him is beyond me. You think his BE is 97 this week. He's about 270,000. There's so many better, cheaper centre wing fullbacks out there. He's definitely a sell. He's dropping. He's giving away money at the moment. He's leaking it. Plus Origin's coming up as well, so he's probably not going to be there. I don't think he's playing for Australia. Not that it really matters. He's got dodgy hamstrings.
Yeah, who knows how long it'll last. Anyway,
but if you do have him, get rid of him, guys. Yeah. That's wasted money.
We'll move on to the Canberra Raiders. I think we've got him as a hold as well. Matthew Orwood. Is it Matt Orwood? Orwood.
Matty Orwood.
Look, he's pulled out a 87 on the weekend. Finally got a try. Finally got over the line. First try. Congratulations.
What a game, though. That was a great
game.
Great game. I love seeing Melbourne lose, but it was a great game.
But yeah, look, and we did say to keep him a couple of weeks ago, it was just going to take that one score, and now with that, he's gone to a break-even of minus 33, so exactly what we wanted. He's going to play round 11, so there's no rush with him. Not a sell till, at the very minimum, after round 11.
That's it. If he keeps making you money, there's no need to rush him in just yet. So, let's be honest, the head-to-head really, if you're looking at head-to-head wise, it really starts heating up after the Origin period.
Yeah.
So you might as well keep the guy, and he's making solid numbers, even if he's just on your bench. So there's no point of selling him just yet. So that's for me personally, and I got him in my team. So for me, it's definitely a sell. For me, a definite hold.
Yep.
Or if you're risque, buy him. If you haven't got him, I wouldn't do that. But definitely one, if you have him, because I know everyone had him at the start of the year, get rid of him, guys. Just, he's a no-go. Sell him. Do something to him.
Yeah, I think he was lucky to make as much cash as he did, to be honest. Maybe he had one or two, reasonable games, but I've never really been interested in him, to be honest.
Not for 180k, it's just not worth it, and BE 58, and just get rid of him, guys.
That's another easy sell.
That's
an
easy sell.
A lot of other people to upgrade to there, so...
But especially with Canberra, there's only really a couple of players that you really want from Canberra, to be honest, but... he's definitely one of the guys you do not want, so get rid of him.
Canterbury Bulldogs, I think you've got a slightly controversial selection, would you say?
Well, yeah, I've been watching his form, and I might become a Sangster and go on the line here, because I know how much he loved Mateo. But T-Rex, he's looking juicy, my friend. He's playing good. He's starting to get there.
And you've got to think with Pritchard out for the season now, it's
not just so much Pritchard. It just feels to me like they understand how to use him.
How to use him, exactly.
Give the guy a bit of a runner.
Yeah.
Like the last few games, last year, like everything goes to him flat-footed. I know he's a big guy, but you need give the guy some momentum. And I think it's starting to happen, and his confidence is starting to gain, and his price is starting to go up. So his BEs are going down. Looked into it; they're getting lower and lower. So especially if he keeps the average up, I think he's averaging just above 50 odd, just a little bit above 50. So his BE is 28 this week. Going to see a decent rise, like nothing too crazy, but nice steady rises up. But especially for a bit of coverage for the back rows.
We'll play all the major Origin rounds as well, the big buy rounds. So definitely an option. Someone who's burnt a lot of people before, but. One of those players that could come good. I mean, we've seen how damaging he can be.
That's right. The honourable mention is James Graham.
Yeah,
great forward coverage. Averages just over 60. I think he's actually lost a bit of money this year from his starting price, but he's definitely a guy who's good for coverage. The Pommies are just killing it this year for Supercoach. They're really holding their own. So, I think James Graham. I think looking at a lot of teams. People are starting to try and get him in that front row forward to cover for Feeder and Smith when they go off to Origin duty. So, T-Rex is the smoky for me. I might live to regret this.
That could be a good point of difference.
Send the hate mail. But, Nick, moving on to North Queensland.
Yeah.
The hot topic, I think. I've been seeing this on the boards for easily the last couple of weeks, and probably had a bit of a shocker on the weekend. Lolo.
Oh,
Tom Lolo.
Last weekend he got what did he get? He got up to 67. I think he got downgraded a bit after that. But I've always said hold with him. I never understood why people were getting rid of him. For one thing, he's going to play round 11 and round 17 for the Cowboys. But I mean, even on the weekend, he didn't. He was so close to scoring a try, but he just looks dangerous when he gets the ball and when he's running.
Plus, Robert Louis got dropped, which means Thurston's actually probably going to touch the ball a couple of times, which is great. I think we said it a couple of weeks ago. Thurston's not... I went to blame Thurston, but then corrected myself. Robert Louis just touches the ball way too much, and you can tell because Thurston likes to go down that natural left side, and that's where Lolo is. So I'm actually a bit excited about this week, because if you sold him last week, I think get ready to see a pretty good score from him. His B is 29. He's going to go up. If he gets 60 odd again, even he's going up a fair bit. I think it's about $400 a point over the BE. So, roughly worked out my calculations. But the guy who you think is definitely a sell if you're in the North Queensland team.
A few people jumped on him early in the season after some impressive trials, and I think at the first two games he did quite well as well. Kyle Felt, but it seems like he's out of favour now at the Cowboys. He did come back in for an injury last week, but he's been playing quite appallingly. He's been dropping the ball. He's lost form. He doesn't look like he's going to get a consistent run at the Cowboys. So if you do have him, it's a sell. If Cowboys play around 11, but who knows if he'll actually get a start. So Time to get rid of him and upgrade, I think.
Yep, definitely. So, moving on to probably one of the hottest teams so far at the start of the year, or media hyped up, that is the Parramatta Eels.
Yes. I think, look, it's been said a million times, but if you don't have Jared Hayne, Origin aside, I think you need him. It's such a disadvantage not to have him, whether it be in head-to-head or in overall, I think.
He's made a fair bit of money though. He was at his cheapest at the start of the year.
Yeah, he's up 47 grand from the start.
His 2 tries were awesome on the weekend. He is in form. Like he's looking good. He's looking the goods.
Yeah. I think
a lot of people sold him though for who was it coming through? It's Tedesco at the time.
Yeah.
Well, that worked out well.
Yeah. No, but look, and the good thing with him is he's the Eels buys are both on the Origin round, so he's only going to miss that maximum of 3 games. So of all the Origin players, he's the one that I would not be concerned about. And if you don't have him,
he's a definite keeper. He's a hopper. Yeah. So if you don't know that by now, I think he's one of the best fullbacks going around in Supercoach history. So you should know he is a keeper.
Yep.
Unless he does a knee or an ankle or something, then yeah, you're going to get rid of him. But he's definitely a keeper. But who's on your reject list or your soul list?
So the reject, a bit hesitant on this one. Now, in the past, I've said, to keep him around Ma'u, the jailbird, as you like to call him.
You put him down as a sell.
It's a hesitant sell.
Is this to upgrade to someone?
Yeah, look, it's kind of like a necessary evil I've got in there, as I feel like a lot of people seem to have those back row benches as Tomalolo, Ma'u and Arona, and eventually you're going to have to start upgrading for Origin players. Ma'u will miss 2 of the big buy rounds, and if you've got no one else to upgrade, he might have to be sacrificed, is what I'm saying. I think ideally I'd love to keep him in my team, so I'm gonna try, but if it comes to it, he will be one of the ones on the chopping block. But in saying that, that'll most likely be after the likes of Arona.
Wow.
So a bit controversial, but look, hopefully I can keep him, but because he has the potential to go huge. He's a big runner of the ball, hard boy to stop. So I don't know. We'll see how my team goes with that.
Wasn't expecting to hear that one.
Yeah, I was shocked. Yeah. I was shocked to write it down myself.
Wow. Were you drinking?
Yes.
Okay.
It was after a long Easter night. So
fair enough. I think moving on to Cronulla now, down at the old sunny Shire.
Yes. I think we've got Gordon.
I think, to me, Gordon, if you still got Gordon in your team, he's definitely a hold. There's no point of selling him. If you haven't got Gordon in your team, in probably a week or so, he is going to be ripe for the picking.
He is getting very cheap for a goal kicker who's...
He's been, let's be honest, the Sharks have been getting pelted, by every team. Mind you, they improved a lot against the Roosters on the weekend. Yep. I think it's starting to click back. Gallen coming back probably helps.
Yeah.
But in a team that's getting absolutely dominated, he's still pulling off decent 30 to 40s at the moment.
He's not going horrible.
And that's been without a half as well, a lot of the time missing. So once he gets lower, I think he's projected to drop this week anyway. So at 230, what is he, 234 at the moment?
He's in the past. He's been plus 350 player.
That's right.
He's definitely on my watch list. I'm kind of waiting for him to bottom out, and I'll probably be jumping on. I'll see how Sharks go the next couple of weeks, but
definitely. My smoky though for Cronulla was a bit of a point of difference. Just like what you were touching on a bit earlier with the putting Mao on your bench. Everyone's got those same players, but Wade Graham has been really impressive for me of late. He's got solid base stat points, about 50 odd. He's averaging just a bit over 50, maybe 55. Yep. He's BE 0 this week. He's going up, I think, about 30k. He's at 263. His BE is projected to be low for the next few rounds, so definitely a bit of money-making potential to cover you through that important buy period. And he plays 80 minutes, because he's Cronulla's second captain, pretty much. So I'm just saying, a bit of a smoky there. which I'll probably just put the jinx on him. Well, actually, I hope I do because Penrith play him this weekend. But you know,
selling from Sharks.
To me, there's no one really at the Sharks I'd sell. If you had Nathan Stapleton, you'd sell him. Why you would have bought him in the first place is just beyond me. But no, it's just one of those things. I know Gallen's back. Everyone's been talking about it. What do you do if you carried him this whole time? Wow.
Yeah, good effort.
Great effort. I don't know. His BE's 112. This will be his third game coming up. That's right. He got injured in his first game. I will admit, he looked great.
He
Considering he'd be
awesome.
Unmatched fit.
But I mean, if he was fit, I probably wouldn't be playing him in the Origin period as it was. So I can't see now coming back from injury why.
I think majority of the people don't have him.
Yeah.
And if you're looking to get him in, I'd say wait at the moment. Just wait. Wait for Origin to finish. I think in the bye period, you got round 11, round 12, Sharks have got no games.
Yeah.
Where Gallen's playing. So round 11, Gallen's not playing, but the Sharks are playing. Obviously, round 12, Sharks got the bye.
Right.
So, you know, that's a lot of money. It's almost 400,000 sitting on your bench. So it's not worth it. Just wait a bit. I know the BE is 112. He scores really well against Penrith. Actually, he plays awesome against Penrith. So is probably get the PE 112. So, but my advice is just wait. It's not really much of a sell or a reject. It's just wait on him. Don't buy him just yet. Just be patient. I think you dropped just a little bit anyway.
For sure. Speaking of Penrith, we'll go to them now. For the bye, I've got Jamal Idris. Now it doesn't necessarily have to be this week. I think with him, I think you've got a few weeks to possibly jump on Idris, potentially even after round 11 if you want. Panthers are good with the buys after that.
I don't know, if you're looking for that mid-range centre wing, he's about 254k.
254.
His base stats are about 50
per
week, and he hasn't really scored a try.
Exactly.
He's not really offering much in line breaks and all that sort of stuff compared to what other wingers and centres are doing. He's a solid unit. So you think, I know the room, like everyone's saying, oh, he will explode. I think he will explode. Like he's just looking busting. He's busting to explode. It's almost like having a second rower playing 100%. In your centres, like what everyone's done in the last Supercoach years.
Yeah.
You know, when you had your T-Rexes and your Gavin Coopers and your Simon Mannerings, you know, and Gillette's playing in dual positions. So, to me, Idris is a great buy at the moment if you're definitely looking to get, you know, that buy coverage, you know.
Yeah, well, he's got a BE of 75, so it's possibly 1 or 2 weeks. He could still drop a bit. It's not going to be a massive drop, but it gives you time to, you know, sort out what you're going to do with your team. But he's pretty much the reason why I didn't jump on Mansour, because I think he's a cheaper option. He's playing in the centres, and as you said, he plays almost like a second row at times. With some attacking stats, I mean, he's going to be getting... He will start getting some massive scores. So I think... If not before,
he was still doing that last year for the Titans.
Yeah,
he started like big before last year, and then he got like a real cruel injury.
Yeah.
And he's just continued on for Penrith. So, you know, touch wood. You know, base stats are about 50, and that's without him really doing anything spectacular. So he's definitely, you know, I think a lot of people have been talking about him. How do I get him in? You know, he's definitely one. If you get him in, he's going to get you that solid 40, 50, hopefully 60 points. So, and that's really what you want. So.
Yeah, so for the sell for Penrith, I got down, it's a pretty easy one. I mean, David Simmons, last year he was a try-scoring machine, and some people jumped on him for that. Hasn't quite lived up to it this year, as well as obviously the injury, so he's dropping in price. He's got a BE of over 100, so if you still got him, I think it's time to upgrade to possibly one of the wingers on the, or centre wings on the rise. You know, you've got the Roosters, Tigers, lots of options there, so...
Yeah. Definitely for me, and moving on to, you know, the team that was undefeated, but the mighty Panthers beat on the weekend, smashed by a whole 2 points. That's the Gold Coast Titans.
Yeah, got a big boy for the buy, don't we?
That's right. I've to be honest, there's not really much there that you'd really be looking at. Like, they've got a great quality back rowers, but they're going to be playing Origin. Ashley Harrison's retiring, I guess, but he's a solid worker. I guess there's one to look at. But his third game is this week, and I thought in the front row, Ryan James coming in about 211k. I think his BE is at 40 at the moment, but he's been, I think last game he got 80 odd, and the game before that it was just under 40. So, and I think the first game was a limited time.
Yeah.
So he's getting better and better, and he's just pure aggression. Like he's got points to prove. I think if you read the articles in the media, he really wants to put himself on the map to say he's a front row forward going forward for rep teams going forward. So, and he's cheap at the moment. So if you got I don't know, if you got someone or you want to upgrade one of your crappier front row forwards or downgrade, whatever you want to do, I think he's definitely one of the guys to watch.
Yeah, he's one of those players that will play all the buy rounds unless he gets picked for Origin, which he surely won't.
I don't think so. Not
but he's one of those players that huge runner of the ball and can get those tackle breaks and line breaks very easily. Yeah. So definitely one to keep an eye on, I think.
My sell or my reject is Morris Blair. He's on the way down.
Yeah, it hasn't worked, has it, for the Titans? And
no, it hasn't. It's a trap. It's a trap. His BE 72. He's about 180k. I think there's better centre wing options, guys. So if you do have him in your side, get rid of him. Yeah. Or what are you doing? He's on the steady decline down. So
definitely much better options out there.
I think he's projected to lose about 30k as well. So if you got him, even if you got him as a backup, which I don't know why you would, get rid of him.
We'll head over to South Sydney now, over to Redfern. For the buy, I think one that I've been looking at for quite a number of weeks is Adam Reynolds.
I already got him.
Oh, there you go. Look at that.
Yeah, I know.
He's dropping in price. He's at 285 at the moment, and he's probably with a BE of 98, he's possibly going to drop another 15 to 20k next week, depending on how he goes. He didn't have the best week last week, but he's a goal kicker, and when he's in form, he can get some massive scores for Souths. We've seen that last year quite often. So I think if he gets close to that 260 mark, we'll take you through the Origin period again. One of those players that plays all three of the crucial buy rounds. So I'm pretty much 99% sure that I'll get him in before round 11. I think he'll be a great buy at the price he is now.
Awesome. So we play each other in round 9 in our head-to-head battle.
We do.
And this is without coincidence. I think our teams are looking pretty similar. So if you get him in before round 11, I think it's going to come down to a couple of players. That's great.
Come down to Sean Johnson.
Oh,
we'll talk about him later.
Anyway, that's almost a whole video on itself.
But for the sell for Souths, I've got our mate Apasau. But look, it's not a sell right away. But I've got him there as
get ready to sell?
Yeah, basically. In the next couple of weeks, it looks like, particularly with next week, the week off, it gives Isaac Luke another week to recover, obviously. His injury-affected score last week gives him a BE of, 32 this week. So it kind of affects his potential to make money in the next couple of rounds. So, don't sell yet, but just be wary that you might have to sell before round 11, unfortunately. I'm going to just keep him in there till round 11 and hope he plays that round. And then based on that, it'll be a sell after that. So, but otherwise, I don't see why he'd be selling any other Souths players. So that's who I had in there.
Interesting. Quite interesting.